So, hello and welcome back. I'm Majid Luma and we are continuing our journey in Enderal. So, hey guys, why do you have to start singing as soon as I start talking? Good boy, Harry. Yeah, so last time when we left it, we were looking at this big X on a suspicious mound of soil, right? So let's take the shovel and dig this up. Ooh, a new cloak. I didn't look at that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I like. Okay, so what have we found? Ooh, a skull. Value of 5? Filled with a petty soul. Okay, petty soul gems are fine. Enderalian penny, which is good. Okie dokie. So, my thoughts are, when we get back to the mainland or whatever, I'm going to find that ship with the captain, and I think I want to put an arrow through her heart, if that's even possible. Because she killed our buddy, right? That was like our best friend, I presume. Resting place discovered. We even need to jump through here? No, not really. Okay, so this was obviously somebody's thingy. I'm guessing that... Ooh, chain boots. Interesting. I'm guessing that the old boy out there, the climber, possibly had this camp and he was burying stuff. That counts as heavy armor? But we haven't got any bonuses to armor yet, right? So that we can put that on without too much problems. Another pickaxe, iron pot, another shovel, a halberd. I mean, archers wearing chainmail isn't a bad thing, but like, does that affect the sneak? I would have thought it did. Sit down in the chair for a moment and have a think about it. Ooh, there's some bread over there. Yeah, so I would have thought that this will affect our sneaking ability, but I don't know. For now though, it's just much better armor, right? I think that makes more sense. Yeah, definitely. And we have a very high carry weight, so why the hell not? Iron dagger, iron knife. We have no bonuses to sneaking or anything yet, so I think, yeah, that's probably okay as it is. Let's have something to eat. What have we got? We've got this apple here. Let's eat that. We don't want to really eat raw meat if we can help it. And some crusty bread. Saturates for 240 seconds and provides a long-dated health regeneration. Out of combat. Long-dated? The higher your health total, the more health will be regenerated. Heals you by 6 points of health. Okay, okay, right. Don't think that's particularly necessary. How much health do we have? Yeah, okay. So over a long period of time it heals a lot of health, which is pretty good actually. Enderal and crusty bread, so that's pretty good stuff. But only outside of combat. You know what? Let's eat one and see what happens. Is it 6 points of health every second, or just straight 6 points of health? So we're at 54 now. Oh no, I think it just goes on for a long time actually, and doesn't stop. It just lasts for a long time when you're not in combat, which is cool. Let's look around here. So that's good. The bread is actually really, really good then. Oh, it seems to have stopped. But it definitely healed for more than 6 points, right? Because we're at 66 now, yeah. We were at 50 something and I only looked after we'd used some for a little while. That is a pheasant, right? No, that's the end of a stick. Ah, it's okay. Let's keep having a look around. So the wolves kept looking over here, right? So this seems to be the path. Ooh, look at that. Wow, that's pretty. That's really pretty. There does seem to be a pheasant down here, or a pigeon even. Dinner! Oh no, it's floating away. Yeah, pigeon, we got feathers. Oh, is that all? I'm not sure that was worth an arrow actually. So we got some more water wheels and things. So this world is sort of pre-industrial, I'd say, right? They've not entered the industrial era, but they're getting there. They had cannons and stuff. Mana flux. So pre-industrial late. Hello. Interesting. Let's see what the new armor looks like. Actually, that's interesting. Chainmail armor with a bunch of stuff over it, which makes sense, right? I kind of like this look. Hello.
Now would you look at that? I knew I'd seen someone scrambling in the mountains.
Indeed you did.
What brings you here, my sir?
That's a long story. Where am I here? And who are you?
Who am I? Finn Delires,
Nice to meet you, Finn.
apothecarius by my path. Pleased to meet you. And you are at Sun Coast, in the south of Enderal. Where are you from? But wait, don't tell me. I know that accent. Nerim, isn't it?
There we go. Everything's locked up. At least for the night we should. Wait a second. Who's that?
Just an adventurer on his way. No reason to worry.
No reason to worry? For heck's sake, Finn. How do you know that this guy isn't with the bandits? You said you'd call me if anyone showed up. And now you're standing here, having a chat with him as if this were the bathing house of Ark.
Lo and behold, we are still alive. Now, is there anything else, Carbos?
Okay.
I've got my eye on you. Touch any of our stuff, and you'll regret it.
Well, damn it, does that mean I can't steal your stuff?
May I present Carbos, as he lives and breathes. Sorry
to keep
about
breathing?
that just now. That's just how he is. In any case, if you don't need any more help, I'd suggest you move on. Follow the way east behind the dam house. It'll lead you to a village called Riverville. Ah, here, take this. Truth be told, you don't look so healthy. Your eyes... well, whatever.
Okay. What about my eyes? You gave me a cheap health potion, fine. What's your story? Why are you here? What
There's
about
something
my eyes?
peculiar about you. I don't know how else to say it. I would examine you myself, but we don't have the right equipment with us. So if I were you, I'd ask a priest in Riverville to have a look at you.
Yeah, that might
Who
be a good
knows?
idea then.
Maybe you caught something in that temple.
Yeah, it's possible. What's your
Us?
story?
Oh, nothing spectacular, I'm afraid. We gather herbs, but tomorrow we're going back north, to League. You should stop by one day if you're in the area. Someone who scours period ruins and survives could surely be useful to the apothecary and help us find some things.
Yeah, might do. Might do. Can you tell me more about this region?
Well, what can I tell you? This is the Sun Coast, in the south of Enderal. A pretty peaceful area, except for all the animals and bandits that have recently started going crazy.
Yeah, those wolves
And,
were
well,
pretty nasty.
that's pretty much it. I think you should ask the people in Riverville if you want to know more. They certainly have some stories to tell.
Yeah, people generally, especially village people. So we actually got experience for that. That's quite nice. Another place that might be of interest
To an adventurer? If you ask me, what you need before you adventure anywhere is some good old-fashioned shut-eye. But yes, there are some places. The Three River Watch, for example, right there below the stone arch.
Okay.
It was once an old trading post, but now it's full of shady characters. Ah, and there's also a big Pyrian ruin south of it.
Interesting. That's good. You said you were apothecarius by my path. What do you mean by my path?
By the Black Guardian. You really are an outlander, aren't you? My path is... well, it's just me path. My role designated to me by Malthus. A kind of calling, if you will.
Yeah, that was kind of obvious. But hey. A role designated by Malthus, you mean the gods assign your professions to you?
Not exactly. Malthus designates our place in society. Generally the same one our fathers and forefathers occupied. I walk the path of the erudites. And there's also the manufacturers, the sublimes, and, of course, the pathless.
So, sort
Within
of a
these
caste
roles,
system.
we are free to choose a profession, but certain vocations that are available to an erudite are not permitted to a manufacturer,
Yeah.
which is one path below. However, below does not mean that it is in any way inferior. Everyone on Enderal does what they do best, and who would know better than the gods what exactly that is?
Kind of makes sense. Frustrated by being bound to that path, don't you want to advance? And who are these pathless? In knowing there's a rumour that the gods are dead. Just an idea. Yourself? Ah, an interesting thought. Frustrated.
In the folly of my youth, I might have thought about it, yes. But then I realised that half of what goes wrong in this world has to do with the desire to advance. I am interested in living the righteous path and to contribute to the preservation of my people. That's enough for me, and only the faithful will be granted the eternal paths upon death.
Okay. Who are the pathless?
Men or women who have never received the path consecration, or those who have broken their path. Brigands, glimmer dust smugglers, murderers, well, you know.
So pathless. Yeah, the horrible people. In Nerim there's a rumour that the god's dead.
And over here, there's a rumour that the Golden Queen has a weakness for men in gowns. Seriously, be careful with that kind of gossip. I know you don't mean any harm, but there are a few who might consider it heresy.
Yes, I'm sure there is. Just an idea yourself. Yeah, it's kind of gone, but yeah.
Maybe. But if I look at other countries, even within the civilized world, it's hard to find a people as peaceful as ours.
Yeah, I mean, there is something to be said about having a place in life and just sticking to it. But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, why not? Show me what you've got. Maybe I have some things you can use.
Cool. So, I should maybe have read that. There might be something different, but I don't think there is. Look at this. So, right, this is everything, yeah? This is what he's got. So, let's go to me and see what I can sell to him. I'd like to keep the ambrosia. That seems like it's necessary. I'm not sure if these amethysts could be useful for anything later, so maybe I'll keep that for now. Ancient coins. How much money has he got? He's got 120. So let's just sell him some stuff, right? Bone meal. Actually, what I want to sell him is probably human meat. Human flesh. Oh, maybe it could be useful as an ingredient for something. I don't know, are we going to go apothecary? I don't think so, not at the moment. Let's... Right, no, I don't want to sell those. The feathers I just sold. I should probably eat one of each of these, right? And find out what they do. I think I can do that. Spell tome, life absorption, yeah, we can sell that. Oh, he's only going to give me 7 for it, but, you know, better than nothing. And this is the stuff, so this is my pilfered stuff, right? Empty wine bottles, they're not worth anything. I can maybe fill them up later, possibly. This stuff should be worth quite a bit more, I thought. Iron pot. I'll keep the lantern because he's not going to give us anything for it. We'll keep the soul gem because scrap metal of an ancient nation. We'll sell one of the shovels because you don't need 2. And we'll sell the wolf pelts. I have no idea if we need this stuff later or not, but for now, hey. Oh, and I think we're going to sell this beer because it's actually just bad for you. Oh, it's value 0. Oh, well, whatever, it doesn't matter, get rid of it. A scroll of boon. Clothes. Worth something at least. These guys too. I'm going to keep the old vagrant dress for now because I may switch back to it, I'm not sure. Rid of the shoes because we can keep the chain boots, that's fine. And we can sell the pickaxes, right? How much gold has he got? He's got a fair amount. And we'll get rid of the dagger. That's fine. So, I think that's about it. Everything else, yeah, we want to keep this stuff. I think that'll be fine. I'd rather eat some of the ingredients and learn what they do, right? Yeah, that's cool. Excellent. That's it
Don't
for now.
mention
Thanks
it.
for the help.
I wish you a quick recovery and safe roads.
Thank you very much. Oh,
Blessed.
put that away.
Carbos, do we need the still tomorrow? Or can I clean all the tools?
Ooh.
Places, Finn, I'm playing. Don't bother me.
I guess that means no. By the righteous path. What happened to you? You look
Whoa,
as
whoa,
if
whoa.
you've met the Black Guardian himself.
Yeah, seriously. Yes, I suddenly have this kind of fever. Do you have any idea what it could be?
Fever? Well, there could be many causes. Wait a moment. I think I still have some grunt root. That should be enough to ease your pain, at least for now. Take a seat at the fire. The warmth might help you.
Well, this is odd.
Oh, so now we're brewing potions for complete strangers.
Well, if the strangers are about to die of fever, then yes. There was that oath we swore once, remember? To help the afflicted, to...
Whatever.
Thank you.
At least one of them's a nice guy.
Gruntroots. Ah, here we go.
I see a book on the floor over there. Let's see if I can't nick it later.
So, let's see. Sheer cap, some water.
So grunt root
Ha,
and sheer cap.
done. I can't make any promises, but
Finn, the still.
explode. Do something, damn it! Do something!
Can I do something?
Oh, sod it.
Do I really have to watch every step you take? That was a fucking close call.
Hey, I'm sorry, alright. We'll pick up a new one in Ark.
Yeah, and you're paying for it. Here I thought this bloody day couldn't get any worse.
This day isn't getting any better. Here, drink this. It'll help you.
Well, that's odd. So,
See, you already look a lot better. Still, you should let a priest take a look at that fever as soon as possible.
yeah, definitely.
The grunt root potion will wane in a few days.
Thanks. But what in the blazes just happened there?
You mean the still? Bad quality and too much heat, I'd wager. But, whatever will be, will be.
But the explosion, the voices, they were yours.
Explosion? I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Finn Dalleries died in 8234. Cause of death, exploding still.
Ha ha. Look, I really don't know what you're talking about. Maybe...
Wait a second. What was that?
I'm guessing I saw several possible outcomes there. Some sort of future thingy, but Bobby.
I could have sworn I saw something moving over there.
Really? Are we going to be attacked
Oh
now?
shit!
Uh-oh!
What the? Carbos!
He'll be fine.
They've hit me, Finn. Those
Get out of the way,
bastards.
guys. Scatter.
They've hit me.
Cover. Oh, come on. They hit you once
Carlos,
with an
wait.
arrow.
Do something, damn it! Do...
So yeah, I'm guessing I saw some kind of future. New beginning. So my friends are dead. I liked Finn. Carbus was kind of cool as well.
Our mysterious survivor has awoken. Jaspar Matumiel Delveric. Jaspar for short. And you, my friend, are in my very own campsite. And before you ask, yes, the bandits killed both of the apothecary.
Aww.
The only reason you're still alive is that the impact of the explosion threw you right into a thicket. Luckily enough, most of your injuries are only superficial, and I've already taken care of them. Your fever, though, is an entirely different story.
What is it about my goddamn fever? How do you know all of this? Were you there when they attacked?
Suffice it to say, I was on the perimeter. And no, I didn't help for two reasons. One, I was outnumbered like crazy. And two, I'm in a happy relationship with my entrails. I wish I had a more heroic answer for you, but I don't. Sorry.
Kind of makes sense, I suppose. What about
Yep,
my fever?
Quite a lot, actually. You're suffering from first-degree Arcanist's fever. I'm
Right.
quite surprised that the old apothecarius didn't see that, to be honest. You're suddenly capable of doing things you previously knew only from the bard songs, right?
Okay.
And you're feeling unusually strong and dizzy at the same time? While drinking herbal potions leaves kind of a bitter feeling in your head?
It does, yes. Then this Arcanist's fever is responsible for these things I can suddenly do, the
Yep.
magic.
Your magical talent has broken free inside you. I don't have any myself, but I've worked together with enough Arcanists to know the signs. Simply put, what's happening is that your body can't cope with the magic.
Right.
This isn't much of a problem at first, but if you don't do anything about it within the next couple of months, you'll find yourself running through the heartland naked, throwing fireballs at everything that moves.
Well, that sounds
You'll
dangerous.
lose your mind, to speak plain and all.
But the fever can be treated?
Yes, of course. Though someone who's magically gifted will always react differently to certain situations than someone who isn't. As I said, some herbs will always worsen your fever, as will magically contaminated areas.
Yeah, we've seen that. So this fever gets worse whenever drink
Among
potions?
other things, yes. Just as being magically gifted can make a person powerful, it can also make them sensitive and prone to certain conditions.
Yeah.
Just don't overdo it sleeping in ruins or in the wilderness. Instead, set up a camp somewhere. Plus, as you've already said yourself, don't overdo it with potions.
Yeah. Gather knowledge about Enderal. That's good, yeah. This grunt root extract. What happens if I do these things? How does fever affect me? So it's going to kill me.
No, that won't help you in the long run. What you need is ambrosia, a special mixture of herbs that can remedy the fever without any side effects.
I need to find out how to make that.
Every good alchemist has that in stock, but it'll cost you.
And what about these visions?
Visions?
Well, that's what I'd call them. I have these kind of premonitions of things which are about to happen. Are they also a side effect of the fever? Yeah, let's do that. Be
No.
honest with the guy, he saved
Well,
my life.
none that I know of. The only visions I ever had were those that come along with a good pipe of peaceweed.
I like the sound of this peaceweed.
You know what?
Wait, we
Someone
get some.
has to take care of your fever. And as it happens, I know someone who could. But in return, I want
Excuse
you
me,
to tell
sorry.
me everything. How did you get here? And what did you do in that temple? And what exactly did you see in those visions?
Well,
Can't put my finger on it, but there's something strange about you. And that makes me curious. So, healing for information. What do you say?
you'd heal me anyway. Healing for information, agreed. Tell Jesper about what happened.
Then shoot.
Fine.
I'm eager to listen.
Cool. So Jesper, can we go and raid the apothecary camp?
I understand. So that means you somehow survived this execution. And before you got washed ashore, you had this dream? In which you saw burnt bodies and a blinding light.
Yes, but it wasn't a stream, it was more like a memory. The temple I saw in it was exactly the same as the one in the valley. Do you know what I mean?
I hope so. So your magical outburst didn't happen slowly as it usually does, but all of a sudden after this near-death experience. And with it came these visions.
So it would seem.
Interesting. I guess you know how absurd all this must sound, but somehow I believe you. Heck knows why, but so. That means I'll introduce you to my employer. There is, however, one thing with which I could use a hand. The sooner we get that done, the sooner we can start our journey to Ark.
What exactly is Ark?
Ark, the capital of the walls high as towers of iron-hard stone, rest alone in the mountains in granite enthroned, never decaying, the ages surveying, guarded by the Lord, and blah 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 blah, and so on and so forth. If you plan on staying in this land, sooner or later you'll see it with your own eyes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Who's this employer of
Well,
yours?
aren't you curious? I like that. I work for the Holy Order.
Okay, cool. The Holy Order, what do you mean, military unit of the gods?
Yes, but as you might know, this is the realm of Malphus, the guardian of the Lightborn. And here, the Order basically reigns for him. It's
Okay.
both the spiritual and judicial center of this country, so believe me, you'll see for yourself soon enough.
So he's a official of some description. I do want to help him, I'm not going to ask that, so let's move on.
There are some things that need some explanation before we can get started, however. Where should I start? I take it you've noticed that in the past 2.5 years, this world has fallen into political chaos, right? Civil wars, usurpers everywhere, you name it. And even though Enderal isn't directly a
They call me the butcher. It hurts to write these words, though I am aware of their truth. What else should a man be called whose trail is marked by dozens of corpses? Corpses which are not mute witnesses of a battle or an accident? No. Corpses which are solely the result of my own doing. Men, women, elders, children, priests, merchants, travellers and whores. My murders seem to follow an inscrutable pattern or whose arbitrariness will put an icy veil around everyone's heart. But of course this will not be what heralds will proclaim. For them and the Holy Order I will be no less than a monstrosity, a pathless demon who has been led astray by his own mundane cravings. They will call me an evil man, a beast, with a heart black as midnight, because these are the colours in which the world prefers to think, black and white. No one will ask about the how and why. Even these pages will be hard to acquire, for the Holy Order will surely do everything in its power to prohibit their printing, which is why I shall congratulate you, whoever you may be, for holding them in your very own hands with this assembly of withered pages. You shall be, with this assembly of withered pages, you shall be given an insight into my very own thoughts. Do not understand them as a justification for my deeds, because this is not what they are. I assume full responsibility for what I have done, and I desire no absolution, neither from Melphas, whose supposed divinity is something I nowadays merely smile upon, nor from the people, from justice, or some other strange, greater power, whose true nature we have not yet learned to comprehend. This book is no more than a testimony of strange and inscrutable happenings yonder, which have made me into what I am. Chapter 1, The Fire. How big is this book? Right. Large. I don't think I'm going to read the whole thing. If people want me to read it, tell me in the wow, this is huge. In the comments, and maybe I'll make like a side series. So yeah, where I read the books, because this could take almost a whole episode. My God, how long does this go on? So okay, that would take almost a whole episode to read anyway, and we are at the end of this one.
There are strange things happening here too. Take the Woods-Ears, for example. There have been an unusual number of reports of wanderers being attacked by them in the open, which has never happened before.
Okay.
And the same goes for the lost ones, the living dead. Until 2 years ago, they were a rather rare magical phenomenon. But now every other corpse not properly cremated starts walking again as if it were the most natural thing to do. The strangest
Seems
thing,
odd.
however, is what they call the Red Madness.
Do you think this chaos could be in any way related to rumours about the Lightborn's deaths? Everyone in Nerim talks about them.
Yeah, the rumors. I've heard them too. And I could indeed imagine that they're true. And that there's a connection, yes.
Then you actually believe that someone did kill the Lightborn?
As I said, maybe. If you ask me, the Lightborn were never more than false gods anyway.
What do Enderalians think about that? And here I thought the Enderalians were the most pious people in the civilized world.
Well, they usually leave the thinking to their holy order. And they, of course, deny everything. Even to talk about it as we're doing is considered a crime.
Really?
But as much as I hate to say it, maybe it's better this way. At least for now. A spiritual crisis is the last thing this country needs at the moment.
Well, yeah. And here I thought the Enderalians were the most pious people in the civilized
Please,
world.
don't take me as an example. I've seen that a long life is only one of the things powerful magic can achieve. And this whole false deity theory isn't that new, after all. And seriously, let's say the Lightborn really are as mighty and omnipresent as the revelations say they are. Wouldn't they have the power to magically smite me here and now for my insolence?
Yeah.
The Lightborn were just powerful kings. No more, no less. But that's just how I see it. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings.
You didn't. Far from it. No sweat. Still waiting for the smiting. Let's just say I have my opinions of yours. Yeah.
I think we'll get along just fine.
Excellent.
But we're
Oh,
digressing.
is this like a companion? Oh, cool. Because he liked that, so that... Oh, that's interesting. True, you mentioned something about Red Madness. Yeah.
It's some kind of mental illness that makes people lose their minds. Just a couple of weeks ago, for instance, there was a smith in Ark who slaughtered his entire family. He was
Right.
drunk, but that doesn't explain why he screamed things like, "Fear the light," while he was doing it. Or a young noblewoman who killed herself by setting her family estate on fire for no apparent reason.
That all sounds
Now,
very interesting.
You might say that these kinds of things happen, but by now there have been more than a dozen of them. That and the fact that the possessed's eyes glow red shortly before and during their deed has made people call it the Red Madness. And just 3 days ago it happened again. Only this time it was a magister from within the Holy Order itself.
Wow. Right, I'm going to put a cut in here. Yeah, I'll just carry on recording straight afterwards, but I hope you're enjoying the video. I am. I think the lore here is fantastic. Like I said, if you want me to read that book, I can, but yeah, I think it's a bit much to do in the normal stream. I'll maybe do an excerpt where I read the book out and just tag it, release it, tag it alongside this video sort of thing. It won't be in the normal series, it'll be a separate series, book reading or something. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you think, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Hope you're enjoying. Bye bye, guys.